today's video, we're going to dive into the fascinating world of zero-date stock options. And we're going to shed light on how they've become a form of gambling, and for many younger people, their preferred method of gambling. We'll explore the origins of stock options, and we'll examine how we, as a society, have veered off course entirely with them. Hey everybody, my name is Rob, and I'm a recovering compulsive gambler. I made my last bet on November the 12th of 2022, and since then it's been my mission to create content about gambling addiction and recovery in hopes of helping you, my audience, to better understand gambling and to help you in recovering if you are on that journey as well. We're about to dive into an issue that has just recently become a major source of gambling, and that is short-dated stock options. Before we jump into the meat of today's content, I want you to leave a comment with the last stock or option that you purchased and what your mindset was in doing so. Was it a long-term investment, or were you trying to make a quick buck off of a market swing? I can tell you right up front, I was always doing the latter. Also, smash that subscribe button if you want to support this channel and help me to get this message out to more people around the world. Now, let's get into it. To comprehend the present-day misuse of stock options, it's important to understand their original purpose. So stock options were designed to grant employees a share in their company's success and provide incentives to enhance productivity. These options gave employees the right to buy stock at a certain predetermined price within a specific time frame. Another use of stock options was to act as a hedge against market fluctuation to protect your long-term holdings. For example, say that you hold X number of shares of Tesla, you may be interested in purchasing some options going to the downside of value to protect your asset in the case of a market crash. However, as time passed, stock options started to attract the attention of speculative traders. Enter the zero-date stock options, a relatively recent phenomenon where traders aim to profit from short-term market price fluctuations without any intention of long-term investment. And by short-term, I really mean like a few hours, as zero-date options are those that expire on the very same day that they were purchased. Options are seen as less risky the further out their expiration date is into the future. So the zero-date options are the riskiest possible options to purchase, but they're readily available for anyone who wants to buy them, unfortunately. Zero-date stock options have gained popularity due to their potential for substantial profits in a very short period of time. They became especially popular in the wake of COVID, as there were no sports to gamble on, so naturally, all the risk seekers that were previously looking to hit big, gambling on games, came over to apps like Robinhood to trade stocks. They wanted the riskiest and fastest moving investment options, so obviously they landed on zero-date option. The allure of getting rich quick has drawn many traders into this speculative game, but let's not forget that the inherent risks are exceptionally high. While zero-date stock options may seem exciting, they essentially transform the stock market into a casino. Traders are gambling on the price movement of a particular stock within a narrow time frame, and they're often ignoring the company's fundamentals and their long-term prospects as a business. The popularity of zero-date stock options affects not only the traders involved, but also the investors and companies themselves. As stock options become increasingly detached from their original intent, companies may experience distortive incentives, so they may potentially compromise their long-term growth in favor of short-term gains. Essentially, the short-term stock option is changing the way that investing is seen and completely blurring the line between investment and gambling. Now, it's important for us as a society to recognize the potential for harm in misusing stock options. We need to promote responsible trading practices that prioritize long-term value creation rather than short-term gains. Now, this requires an understanding of underlying businesses and making informed investment decisions, not picking up a zero-date to expiration option the night before the Federal Reserve makes an announcement about whether or not we're going into a recession. Zero-date stock options have transformed from an employee incentive and an investment hedge into a risky form of gambling. By reflecting on the original intention of stock options, we can reevaluate our current practices and work towards a more responsible and sustainable approach to investing. That's all for me this time. Check out one of these other videos that I made on gambling and gambling addiction recovery, and let's keep getting better together, one day at a time.